Hello, hi everyone. I hope you're doing well in these transformative times, times of revelation, of disclosure, ascension, all these different or buzzwords, right? That um, many of us came to experience and, volunteered or came to participate as a human, as an essence of the divine creator, and to create the world we want to be part of. So, what I'm calling my channel now is Sovereign New Earth Beings, Sovereign New Earth Souls. I think Sovereign New Earth Souls sounds better. And this is the point where we stop giving our power away and not listen to those that are still programmed or following so-called authorities that we now see just how dark that whole thing is. But we came here to, not shy away from the shadows, but to know that they're there, that they're part of us, the human collective, and we can transcend them. Now, I'm not going to focus too much on that because I have in my life, I have focused on dark things, and I believe also that um, there were entities that knew who I was before I did. And so those are called spiritual attacks. And they've been happening since I was a child. Mm. And perhaps for some of you as well. Um, but transcending all of it, we do get to a point where we're like, okay, energy truly does flow where my attention goes. And if I'm leaking energy, giving my energy, excuse me, I just had a throat. I'm not editing this because I don't know how, and I don't want to spend too much time on it. I want to be as transparent, authentic as I can, as always, to share my embodied wisdom with anyone interested, and to say that the human journey is has not is not easy sometimes, and especially we're emerging out of a very dark age, and we're still, you know, as the year of the snake ends today with the fire horse, I think it's giving a lot of people the energy, the momentum, the excuse to start a new start and to be closer to the spring also, which is actually the new beginning in nature, not the false Gregorian calendar January thing, which is a whole overlay in itself, right? So now all of these things are being revealed, but not to everyone. And that is the way it is. I mean, perhaps humanity just keeps evolving and some people see through all of it. They pray, they bring their beautiful energy and essence into consciousness, and they leave. And nobody ever hears about these people. They don't make a big deal out of it. They're very humble. But they're beautiful energies. And I've met a lot of these kinds of people in my life, who don't have a YouTube channel, who don't post on social media, and but they're bringing their beautiful energy into everything that they do. So more and more, I think that's what I'm feeling is the most important thing to do. Also, I've been learning about, energy and currency and money flow and things like that. And I realized that I was holding a lot of resentment still, even though consciously I wasn't aware, but subconsciously, that's where, 90% or more of everything lies. And that's where I realized I had so much resentment against the patriarchy and against those people that are, feeding it unconsciously and thinking everything's fine and everything's, um, you know, that we're destroying so much is okay. And I would, I would argue with that all the time, and I would be very, very angry. And so I realized I was developing digestive, liver problems because this is what happens when you get angry and resentful. Your body starts to speak to you. Thankfully, I can listen and feel intuitively what's going on and realize that I need to let it go. And I need to let go of everything from my past. We all do. But that's a process or, a quantum shift, quantum leap can happen very quickly if you decide and if you intend and if you know that you've learned your lessons, then so be it, and that's where I am. I feel like there's always going to be lessons to learn, but I can see the patterns clearly and I can release, and that this will allow for the new energies, the new people, the new projects, the new ideas to come through. And this way I'm always flowing like a stream. I don't become stagnant like the pond, right? That stagnancy is where, yeah, there's no energy flow, and it starts to not be so great. And so the stream is where I'm heading. And as I say this, it's interesting because my old regeneration oasis business, which was a retreat center back in 2018, 19. I opened it and was able, until 2021, I had to close everything due to circumstances, as we know. But I guess I could have continued if I really if that was my destined highest timeline, but it wasn't the best location, and it had a stagnant pond actually, that needed a lot of filters and machines to keep the bubbles and the circulation going. And so it's like not a flowing body of water. And I came to realize for myself that those moments of stagnation where I am, I don't have the energy, or I don't allow the energy through, I don't plug in to source to recharge, then yeah, that's what starts to happen. The lymph starts to, the fascia starts to, and as we age, we really need to pay attention because things can go downhill quickly, or you can maintain yourself, keep up and be kept up. That's an old saying from one of the spiritual masters. And the thing is, I've never wanted to be a guru. I was very afraid of that. Um, Not afraid, but as soon as people start to think that you have the answers for them and they look up to you and all that, as I would shut down and I would just kind of disappear or stop my teachings, stop, um, because I was like, I don't want this. I don't want to be responsible for other people. I want people to figure it out for themselves. I want people to empower themselves through their own inner technology, which is your breath, your chi, your life force, your kundalini. And you need to explore that for yourself. Now, having a guide, a teacher that is there with you is very important. And now I know why, because I did not reach out to my own. I didn't have that when my own kundalini awakened in 2014. And it was very disorienting, and my old reality, I didn't feel like I was the same person. I wasn't. And this is kind of like the death and resurrection that we hear about in many of the Gnostic texts and the sacred scriptures. But I hadn't connected those dots yet at that moment. But now I have, and I've been doing a lot of research writing, and I'm excited to finally be close to birthing that into the world. There's stories, real life experiences in there on awakening, on manifestation, on, because magnetism will draw things to you when you need it and things like that. And this is what gurus were doing. They knew that, but they were also using their power in a distorted way, using, their authority. And so that was the Piscean age that we're ending now. A lot of priests and gurus and economists and governments, and very patriarchal, very dominating, and very proud and egocentric. Now we're shifting into the Aquarian age, and today is actually the solar eclipse on a new moon in Aquarius and the first day of the fire horse. So very powerful alignments are happening, and everybody's talking about this, the astrologers and the spiritual, communities and things like that. So I'm here to participate in all of that in my own unique way. Uh, and I just did this morning a Kundalini yoga practice, Kriya, and it was beautiful. I loved the feeling in my body of the circulation, and this is what brought about my imagery of the pond and the stream. And I'll be heading somewhere soon where there is a stream flowing through the land, and that feels absolutely wonderful to me. My next level regeneration oasis in Costa Rica. It is happening. And I'm not going to go into too many details until I can actually invite people and show it around, and it will be in my reality. But the vision has been there since, closing in 2021. However, I I'm up here in the Eastern Townships right now, on a lake, and I had to go through a few other experiences to let go of my tendency to want to save everybody, to take in the strays and the people who are suffering or hurting, or whether not just people, I mean animals too, but people also. And I realized that that's why I haven't been able to bring back um, my own currency, my own energy into my own bank account, basically. I mean, I've been able to live fine, but I was giving a lot. I was giving too much compared to how much I was receiving from these people. And so, and that's also in work that I've had during these last 5 years. But even beyond that, I'm ending a huge cycle, and I believe our collective is ending a long cycle of imbalance. And when you are balanced, when you go into that 0 point, the neutral zone, anything can be created here. However, you need to let go, release, make the space for the new that wants to come through. So that's what we can do right now. If you want, you can close your eyes and settle into your body comfortably. Take a deep breath. Fill up your lungs and hold it at the top. You can bring up the energy up, up, up into the third eye. Focus, energy, focus, energy flows where attention goes. Put your attention on your third eye and release. Now you're going to do that again. Inhale through the nose. Bring up the energies. You can visualize some beautiful golden light energy flowing up, 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 up. Hold it up into the third eye. And when you're ready, release through the breath. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose one more time. Inhale, pull up the energy, pull up that beautiful golden light, bring it into the third eye, into your visionary space of awareness. Hold it and exhale through the mouth. Beautiful. Now keep your eyes closed and think about releasing. Don't even think about what, just think release, release, release. Releasing what no longer serves you in your reality, old programs, old belief systems, old ways of dealing with people, of your relationships, your body, your health. Just let it all go to allow space in this new beginning, in this new moon. We're planting the seed in the darkness, in the 0 point, so that it can grow and expand into this new earth, fertile, beautiful, abundant, divine, sacred connection with Gaia and with all her beings and with everyone we encounter every day in every moment. New Earth is about love, respect, abundance, health, clarity, community, independence, flow, fertility, life, regeneration. It's just a beautiful lifestyle. Creativity, music, dance, so much expression in a beautiful, natural way, organic. We're releasing the need for speed and for artificialness, artificial realities, artificial embodiments, artificial relationships. We can let all that go. Allow in this new earth flow. Having faith in the divine plan, the blueprint of source, creator, universal power that gives life, brings life, sustains life on earth and beyond. We are really embracing our human lives here as we continue to ascend and ascend, creating a vortex of beautiful energies as we receive cosmic downloads and ground them into the new earth. The old grids are falling away. The old structures of power and domination are ending so that we can choose consciously our new reality. Just let that sink in. And thank our ancestors for having done all kinds of work and experiences, allowing us to be here now, fully aware, awake, and ready to embody the timeless wisdom throughout space-time. Discernment and intuition through your own inner guidance is the only skill you're going to need for the times to come. So the most important thing to cultivate is that inner connection, which brings so much peace. I release all the anger, resentment from the old energies that I was born into and wasn't aware that I had the power all along to release all of it and to allow this new frequency, this beautiful golden light of abundance, love, unity consciousness, Christ consciousness, integration of the beautiful energies and wisdom. So thank you for being here. I'd like to read a little card from my white light oracle. Some of you might know this. So I'm focusing on the white light. Could be golden light, could be other light. There's beautiful light, different colors, the rainbow colors. There's my parrot that I'm painting, my inspirational parrot from Costa Rica to bring me the colors that I require in my psyche right now, because there's a lot of white and gray and out here. There's so much color in Costa Rica that soothes my own soul. And I'm grateful to come back from there just a few days ago. And I really feel like I'm choosing my new Earth timeline and to finally live the lifestyle fully that I would like to. I still have to learn Spanish, but that's it. So if Queen of the Nagas, a sacred task exists for you to fulfill. It is to be found through connection to your heart. Be open only to those most authentic teachings which prove helpful to your continued spiritual progress and personal freedom. Cleansing your body, mind, heart, and soul will be of particular benefit at this time. Powerful, subtle energies are helping ensure your success. Believe that many positive synchronicities and unexpected allies will rally to support you. Take care, everyone. Bye.